again. My name is David. I'm with Echoes from Past Paranormal Podcast. With me, I have Robert Robertson. He's from Legend Tripper. Would you give him a quick background as to what you do?
I'm what you call a legend tripper. I always tell everybody I'm not a cryptozoologist, I'm not a ghost hunter, I'm not a ufologist. I do all that stuff, and I put it under the umbrella of legend tripping. I go look for all this stuff, Bigfoot. I do paranormal investigations. We go look for UFOs, UFO landings, and all that stuff.
Okay. You were on a few different television shows like Monsters and Mysteries, stuff like that.
Yeah.
What was your experience with the media on that?
When we did Y Swap, we didn't have any media. They kept that very low key. When we did the Monsters and Mysteries of America, we had some people out there that kept interrupting us when we were doing our stuff. So we almost had to go pick a different location to do the interview and stuff.
See. You recommend looking outside the box.
That's correct. With legend tripping, you hear the expression, think outside the box. Legend tripping, it's look outside the box, because that's what you're doing. You're looking for things out of the norm. Like I said, Bigfoot, haunted houses, they're not considered normal. They're paranormal.
Okay. What's the best way to go into an investigation?
The way I like to do it is I like to first put a list together on stuff I'm going to need. I always tell everybody the first thing is you need to decide what it is you want to go look for. Let's just take example a place you want to do a paranormal investigation. Pick it out, and then of course you call over and find out a little bit about it. Are they going to charge you money? Are you going to let you do it for free? And of course you find the date. Once you get that all established, you put your team together. You call out, say, hey, we're going to go do a paranormal investigation on this place here. We're going to do it on this night, and then you start putting your list together. Of equipment you want to take out there. Being in the military, I'm very meticulous about lists and we'll make sure because once you get out to that location, if you left it back at the home, you kind of, either if you're lucky enough to be close by your home, you can get it, but most of the time it's usually not that close. So you kind of hose yourself on doing that. So I like to make sure I bring all our equipment, make sure we have extra batteries. And then once we get out to the location, I like to do what they call a little, daytime walk around. Either go with the owner or go with whoever on the property. They walk us around, tell us a little bit about things. If it's a Bigfoot hunt, we go out and we go out during the daytime to get a lay of the land to kind of see what it looks like during the daytime. Because there's nothing worse than going into a place at night and not being familiar with it. Because people are going to end up getting lost. You're going to get lost. Plus, you really don't know where to look unless you get to look at it during the daytime. Well, whereas in, for paranormal, you want to look at these places during the daytime because you may get an idea where you want to set up some of your equipment.
So essentially, it's along the lines of setting up a ghost hunt. You go in, you do your previous walkthrough, you do your interviews and everything. So ghost hunting along with legend tripping, it all pretty much falls under the same umbrella.
It does. Like I said, Bigfoot hunting, ghost hunting, all that stuff.
Now, I know one of the questions people are probably always asking, have you seen Bigfoot and where's your proof?
Okay, I have seen two things that I have not been able to explain. I'm not going to sit there and say I have seen Bigfoot, but I'm 100% sure that I saw it. I don't want to go on record for making up a story that I saw it. What I did see one night through a thermal was a bipedal glowing object that was obviously a life form in the field looking over at us, and we were on private property. And when we did an estimation on the size, we ever estimated it to be well over 7 feet high. The second time we had it, I was with my son, we were out in the green swamp, and I went back one night to retrieve one of my game cams. And he had a brand new set of night vision goggles. We went out there, and actually had my wife and my daughter with us, They went in a whole different direction than us. And we were walking down this dirt road to get to the trail cam, and we had swamp on both sides of us. And all of a sudden we hear something coming out of the swamp, walking, flashing, and then when we would stop, it would stop. And eventually I took my son's night vision goggles, and I could see something, eyes glowing. I couldn't see it with the naked eye, but when I held the night vision goggles up, I could see them glowing. And I was looking up, not straight across, or whatever it was. So they said, well, could it have been a raccoon? Raccoon's eyes don't glow in the dark. Not with night vision goggles. They will if you hit a flashlight on them.
Especially if you have to look up at it. I mean, even at a good distance, a raccoon's going to be really low to the ground.
Plus, it's not going to be out in that place where it's that wet.
Now, a lot of people are going to sit there and, well, what do I do if I see a Bigfoot? Now, in this field, you've probably come across people who have.
Yes.
On more than one occasion.
Yes.
What are their reactions? What kind of advice do you have for them?
Well, I'm, as far as, shooting and killing a Bigfoot, I understand science needs assessment. But it's not going to be me that gives them a dead body, okay? So with that in mind, I tell people, make sure you got some proof. Have a camera or something to at least take it. And I had one lady just said, I just enjoyed the moment. To see something out there that people don't believe in and to find out that it is real. She said that was just the most amazing experience I ever had. Just to see something that the unknown. But as far as, tell people, have your camera ready. All cell phones nowadays have cameras on them. Start filming it, and get some pictures of it. Just be ready for a ridicule, because there's going to be people who's going to say, oh, you're faking them and all that. But,
Well, I noticed, especially after you had the most famous Bigfoot video, they even came out and said that they faked it, and it was a man in a suit.
The Roger Patterson film, yes.
Yeah, the Robert Patterson film. And that sort of has to add a little discredit to everything that we're doing. And me personally, I honestly believe that there is stuff out there that we haven't seen. I mean, look at all the new animals that they're coming out with. How are they to determine that there's not a Bigfoot out there or a skunk ape?
Even Jane Goodall, expert on primatology and primates now, even said that she believes in Bigfoot. As far as the Roger Patterson, that to this day they have not been able to duplicate that film using the gentleman who said he came forward with the costume. If you ever look at any of the costumes that he was selling during that time frame, were very cheesy gorilla costumes. I mean, they were quite odd. There's no way his costume looked nothing like what you see on the Roger Patterson film. And they interviewed a lot of people, and in fact, some people came up and said they thought it was real makeup people. And again, like I said, to this day, nobody has been able to duplicate or make that same film. Using 70s makeup technology.
I mean, my sister, she went to school for movie makeup, and still, there's no way she could even come up with something along that lines. Now, with the Bigfoot and stuff, people are out there constantly saying, well, where's the bones? Where's this? Where's that? I mean, there's animals out there. I mean, even wild feral hogs will eat. They'll eat each other. They'll eat the bones and everything.
One time I was out in the Green Swamp. We were, I had my wife with us. We would go trailing, and we came on. It was during the hog season, and we came up around a corner. And we saw a big pile of hog carcasses that the hunters had taken and gutted and threw, the rest of them there. They took all the meat they wanted and left the bones and all the other parts in a big pile. And I was like, oh God, and it smelled bad. Well, we came back the next day because we were out there doing the Bigfoot hunting and all that stuff, and that whole pile was just gone. So I went up to the game warden and I said, man, you must have had a heck of a time getting rid of all those hog bones and all that other stuff. He goes, well, I didn't do it. I said, well, what happened? He goes, nature has its own garbage disposal system. I said, you trying to tell me that? I said, that's exactly what I'm telling you. So, if nature, or I'm not sure what came in and got the bones, can clear a large pile of, I'd say about 12 hogs in one day, then you know what? Then a dead Bigfoot is not going to be anything to make go away. You don't find bear bones anywhere. You don't find panther. You don't find coyote bones. These are all animals that go out there. You don't find any alligator bones. They have them, but most of the time it's because they get them at these alligator farms when they kill the alligators to get their tails,
Exactly.
So nature knows how to clean up after itself. So that's why I think we don't have any bones.
Now, one question that kept being brought up is, what is your most reliable piece of equipment when you're going out doing any type of legend tripping?
As far as most reliable, I would say my video camera. And the reason is, whenever when I get something on it, it's pretty much there. A thermal, all it does is show an object of, something out there.
Okay.
You don't get to see the features of the face and all that other stuff. You just see the outline of something out there. So it's arguable. Night vision, same thing. A lot of times you can see something out there, but you can't quite tell what it is. But I mean, the good thing is it does, show something's out there. Same thing with the thermal. But the thing is, when I go out in the swamps, it's easy for something to hide behind a tree and not see anything. And the same thing with that. But when you get your video camera out, and whatever it is steps out, and you do got it on camera, you see the features, you see the face, you see everything.
Nice. Because I know if you ask 90% of the paranormal investigators, the ones who are out looking for ghosts, their most reliable piece of equipment is going to be their audio.
Mm-hmm.
They won't rely on the video because you got the dust orbs and stuff like that. When you're out looking for like UFOs or Bigfoot or even Nessie for that matter,
Mm-hmm.
that's a whole different ballgame.
Yes.
If you could give somebody who's looking to start in legend tripping a great piece of advice, what would it be?
When you go into legend tripping, you're going to come across people the unbelievers. Do not let that be something that a distractor. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion, and you need to respect. You understand it. There are people out there that believe in Bigfoot. There are people that believe in ghosts and all that stuff. You can't let that distract you. If it's something that you want to do and you want to go look for, regardless of what people think, go do it. Just go look for it. Like I said, my wife, she's not a big believer in Bigfoot. She goes out with me. Does it distract me? No. In fact, it almost makes me almost more determined to find it now. Just prove to her that it is out there. When I go on our ghost hunts, I don't, I've seen one incident where the camera moved, but I have not seen an apparition or, which I still hoping to see. But I keep an open mind and I, don't cop an attitude or when we don't get anything. So, I just say, just be excited about it. Go out and find yourself a location. Go look for whatever it is you want to look for as far as legends go. And don't be distracted by people that...
Tickets.
My wallet's inside there.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Just don't be distracted by people that don't believe it. And don't let it, deter you from wanting to go out and legend trip. Because it is very exciting.
And one final question.
Sure.
You mentioned that it's a good family experience. Do you feel that this is a good way for you to bond with the family?
Yes. Quick answer, yes. And the reason I say that, with video games and stuff on television, it's such a distractor for kids that kids aren't getting out and going out and doing stuff the way it was when I was a kid. Going out in the woods and playing army and doing all this stuff. Or, just reenacting famous movie that you want. They get on there and it's all at the games, and I think they're missing out. But you know, and deep down, I think it is the reason they play these games is they're looking for some excitement in their life. So when you do take them out to look for Bigfoot, they are like almost in essence in a video game. They're looking for those monsters that they play, you know, in video games and stuff. And you know, and then they figure out there is still some mystery in this world. Not everything is cut and dry. You know, as a kid, we kind of lose something, a little bit of, I don't know what it is. When we find out Santa Claus isn't real, we kind of lose our, you know, the world isn't as magical as it used to be.
Exactly.
You know. But then when you get into the legend tripping, you find out there's so much stuff out there that still, this is exciting. And that, you know, that science has not put their finger on, you know. There is a large primate out there. And you know, a lot of scientists, you know, offline will probably say, yeah, we think there is something there, but I'm not going to put my neck out there and say it's real. You know, paranormal, there is stuff on camera, there's stuff, I've seen it, you know, where there's some kind of, you know, I'm not going to say ghosts, you know, entities going on out there. We are, you know, and again, this is my opinion. I think we are being visited from people, you know, from races from other planets. I don't believe in every abduction out there, but I do believe there is some abductions going on. I believe that that there are some stuff that people have seen underwater, you know, underwater flying objects as well as, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like I said, and you know. And I think, you know, once you get these kids out here, which I've found, and get them out there doing this stuff, they don't care about video games anymore.
They get to have their own Goonies adventure.
They are a Goonie. Yes, they're living their Goonies and stuff. I told a friend of mine, he was out in California one time, and he's out there on the beach, and he says, yeah, I'm just taking this. I said, yeah, right, you're out looking for One-Eyed Willie's treasure. I said, you've gone from a Goonie to a legend tripper now. And he goes, arg, you know.
I appreciate it, and I thank you very much.
Thank you for
I
having
look
me on the
forward
show.
to- Maybe we can get together and team up sometime.
You never know. Take you out on a legend trip. We'll go look for a Bigfoot, a haunted house. You never know. There's so much stuff here in Florida to do.
Well, why don't you tell them about your book real quick and tell them where they can get it?
All right. I have my book is called Legend Tripping: The Ultimate Adventure. It is a guidebook on how to go on a legend trip and look for Bigfoot and other cryptids, how to do a ghost hunt, how to go look for buried treasure, how to go look for UFOs, UFO landing sites. I provide maps, lists of equipment you need to take. I show you how to do it safely. It's available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and Books A Million.
I got my copy.